You're welcome to JPAC TV. I hope you've been enjoying our videos, or hit the subscribe button on our YouTube page, JPAC TV 30. To also follow us on our Facebook, which is JPAC TV. We would like the feedback. Give us a comment. I will appreciate it. This week, we'll be discussing the social media, which is called the new media, as it relates to governance and development in Bayelsa State. And welcome to JPAC TV series. A veteran journalist that has exposed in Niger Delta and is now the Director General of the Bayelsa New Media to the Governor of Bayelsa State, Dr. Kolawole. Doc.
Well, thank you, Jacobson. It's good to see you again, and happy with your progress in the media circle. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
You're following your footsteps. You are the trailblazer. And Doc, how has it been like from the mainstream media, being Director General of the new media? Was the transition easy, or how was it for you?
Thank you so much. Very easy, I must say, because in the millennium, we are also millennium children. So we are already used to the technology for the new media. Most of my background also gives me the opportunity to have deployed the new media technology in my office. So from communicating just normal news to Nigerians and other citizens, now communicating government policies, programs, and activities. Well, one is news reporting, the other one is public relations, promotion, I can say, because that is the job we do here, to ensure that the people get to know what the government is doing and how they are doing it, how they are managing resources, and ensuring that the people are very okay. Let me put it that way.
How do you marry this situation whereby the media space is full of so many, I will not use the word junk, I will say so many persons that don't know the ethics of what media is all about? How do you marry the insults, the critics, the backlash? How do you marry being somebody from the mainstream media?
This is a different tough entirely. When you are in public office, in the public view, you receive all the stones. More so, it's part of the job that you have signed up for as an image, as a maker, as a spokesperson on the internet for the government. You will expect that there is an open space for everybody. The ones who can read, the one who cannot read, the one who has gone to school, the one who has not gone to school, the market. As long as you have a small Android phone, they have become a citizen journalist. And that is where we have drawn the line. Just like I've mentioned, everybody, once you write something, you create a content, you share it, you make a post, or you react to somebody, and you're thinking that you are saying something of value, of interest. That's your own perspective. And people will read it all over the world. And that is the problem that you have on the internet. Regulation, well, I'm sure we'll get to that in the course of the discussion.
To demarcate or draw the line between the job and personal attacks, because some persons will sometimes want to go personal on you in the course of defending your boss and the policies. How do you sometimes, where do you draw the line?
I think it's not just for me as a spokesperson. Even those who are in government, in the ethics of the profession, when you look at the codes that we operate. That is where we are supposed to protect, to separate family, private life from public life. Unfortunately, if your private life is in a way affect your public life, you don't have anything to cover. You don't have anything to say, don't pry into me. I think that is where we are. For my principal as well, you will see sometimes some comments on the social media to the extent that they are abusing him, abusing the family, abusing his father, even those who don't know him. They just say anything that they want to say. And because it's an open space, you don't even know who is talking. It may be under the guise of any name on the social media, but technology also ensure that you can verify wherever anybody is talking from, at what location, at what point. Those technologies are there. But for us who seem to be, I won't say defending government, no. We are pushing the frontiers of information that people should have in terms of what the government is doing, in terms of what projects we have seen. We'll celebrate it with the people, we'll let them know. Because I've had cases to say that you are lying. That's not true. Okay? We used to know you as a firebrand journalist. You are now in government and you are saying something in the other that you have joined them. I said, who did you join? But sincerely, you hardly can separate your private life from this kind of office that we hold. I've seen some comments that people abuse my generation. And sometimes I'll sit back and say, does this person even know me at all? He don't know my background. You don't know where I've been. You don't know. In fact, recently I made a post and said, I've been to several communities in Bayelsa. Some person called me on phone and said, how can you talk like that? I said, but I'm telling you now, do you know my job? My job takes me everywhere. Even before I got this appointment. So I know so many people that you have not even been to. So you mentioned, I said, I've been there, sir. I have now mentioned the next communities of the place. Say, we'll get to this community before we get to that community. I said, oh, wow. I said, yes, I've been there. Even if I was on flying boat, they are pointing to me, that is a Congo. That is, of course, I passed through the place. So sincerely, you can't separate your private life, how tall you are. People will remind you that you have K-leg. They will tell you your eyes are always red. You are taking some because to get calls from your wife to say, this is... No, that's a regular thing. I will say my wife is also very active on social media. She has slowed down for now. She used to be very more active than me until I'm in this position. And she calls me and says, who is this person? And I say that it's power supply. When I say the gas supply will soon arrive, somebody will come to my post on Facebook, they are DM. Yes, and say you are saying lies. So what do you mean? We never believe this government. This government is a government of this. Government of that. The man said, by end of this year, why not give him the benefit of the doubt? Wait till December 31st. If you see power, you celebrate. If you don't see power, you can begin to. Why not have some patience? But we are human beings. Some persons have elected to be against you or against your government. There's nothing you say. Just 2 days back, the turbines arrived from the ports.
Good, but we'll get to that. DG, let me ask. A lot of persons have complained that Bayelsa State government seems to depend too much on social media. They have so many appointees, close to 1,000, on essay mobilization, essay this, essay without office, and those are what sometimes irats. You say anything against the Bayelsa State government, will come at you with all attacks.
How do you? No, that's not. How do you? That's not true. We don't have 1,000 appointees. We don't have 1,000 appointees. Just give me some. We don't have 1,000 appointees. As how you have described them.
They say some of them as electronic rats, irats.
So Oh, yeah, I don't know. I don't expect you to use that language as well. But this way, look at it. If I am saying, you know, we have different level of temperament, emotion. The language I will use as a professional is different from somebody who is just and that is what you must have seen in the past. We're going to be 6 years by February. We have progressively trained social media influencers that are under this government at different time, at different locations, in Lagos, in Abuja, in Port Harcourt, and no, we have sent them for training on creative writing, news writing. But I took time when we started. I was having clinics with them on news writing, how to develop content. And we did that for almost 6 months. And today I can proudly say that we have seen the results. We will have seen the level of engagement in the past couple of months, even before the last governorship election. We will change those language of war to re-communication of our intents and what we are doing. Now, if you talk about over 100 young Bayelsans, you see, when you say empowerment, it comes in different forms. I can do this. I say, okay, come and help me. We have a pool of young people, very active, cerebral, brilliant, suave, who can use the language and they paint it in a way that you will easily understand what they are communicating. And that is what we have done. So I beat my chest to say, under my leadership, under my watch, we have changed the direction of how to engage on social media. Since this government came on board, my governor will tell me, Kola, I do not need to acquire more enemies. Do not insult people on social media. Tell your subordinates. And that's what we have carried on. When I see any posts that are not in tandem with our principal, told immediately. And they begin, my colleagues, they wonder, say, Digit, you know they sleep? Because once you drop it, I'll get, my dad will show me every of my appointees. Once you drop, I'll see what you have posted. They won't song without my consent, because you can't regulate everybody. You can't say, I must see all your posts or before you deploy it. No. Because we have given them that kind of training and independence that once you should know what is good at this point. That's what we have seen. So I'm happy. And my governor is also happy with what we have done. They didn't give us a figure. So I said over 100. Over 100. Yes, over 100, but not up to 200. No. Far less than that. Because we don't need that kind of a number to do this. It will bring a lot of confusion. Like I said, I don't sleep because I monitor everybody. Even on different WhatsApp platform groups that we have. Where I belong, where I see them, where I see you engaging people and we are using gutter language, I got to. Sometimes I want to let them know that I've seen what they are writing. I can go on that same platform with you. And I say, John, this is not sound enough. And you get my communication. Delete it. And others will also learn from that post.
Okay, let's come to your principal. Just like you noted, 6 years by February, first of all, let me commend your principal. The excellency has done beyond my expectation. Yes, now. I'm not saying it's to flatter. No. I'm always a critical person. Yeah, but you are. To be honest with you, I feel the governor has taken bold steps. Now let's start. I will start from the negative to the positive now. We heard about airplane being procured, and suddenly we didn't hear anything. Are we still expecting all that point is not a priority?
How is it negative? It's
No.
not negative.
So what I'm saying is that what has happened is not, it's still in the pipeline.
It's in the pipeline. It's in the making. You know, like I said, human beings are ordinarily not patient with information or expectations. When I say I want to do something, when I say, we will do this, they expect that to happen now. But let me tell you that we are not planning to float an airline. This much has been said. The airport authority is empowered also by law to own assets. And it is the airports, Bayelsa Airport, so that is acquiring aircrafts. And you will now deploy it as a business. So what the government has done is to support that arm of government to say, go ahead. Because once the plane
To acquire it outright or leasing.
they will acquire. They are acquiring. Either you acquire by leasing or you buy off. It's your assets. And it's for commercial purposes. So either you lease it, you are going to make money from it. Either you buy, you're going to make money from it. And that's what we are looking at. That this region, just check. If I want to go to Calabar from here, how many hours will it take me? I will arrive in Abuja in 1 hour from here. There's somebody going to Calabar. And that's one of the model that the operators are bringing. The regional hub. From here to Calabar, they will run. From here to oil locations platform, you will see some of the oil IOCs. They move from Lagos, their crew. But those crew exchange can happen in Yenegua. They stay overnight in our hotels. In the morning, they move to any oil platform that they want to get to and return here. And back to base. And that's what they are bringing. Then we can fly easily here to Bonny. You will see when the thing comes. Bayelsa should be very hopeful, beautiful, and wait that the governor has signed off on it. So we're waiting for it to materialize.
That's good. That should be good because I thought that one is off the radar completely. Now let me come to the celebrated ones. Let me start with the Navy Brass Road. I tell this governor, I think I wanted to, first of all, I initially said that, look, this is a campaign tool. Just like every other person, that once the governor gets a second tenure, that is gone. But rather, a first done with it, and federal government has even stepped in for the peace too. Wow, actually, he had no business doing that. If he didn't want to do, nobody will question it.
People will question.
No, why I say so is because people will say this was what was there for years. But he said, no, I will continue for my presidential store. He has done from the east, the central. Let me face the east and let us see if we can get everything together. But a bold mind. I tell you, I praise him for that. So far, where are we looking at by 2028 February when you'll be digging office from that?
No, that's the phase one will have been completed by that time. I was in Nimbe, that Brass Road, on Saturday. Yes, on Saturday. I was there myself to see the level of progress. And I crossed over the Kiberi River. That is the second bridge that we are doing, about 130 meters or so. We have 5 bridges from the Obia Nimbe Road stretch down to the first 21 kilometers. We have 5 bridges. We have done 1. The second one is ongoing. The third one, fourth one, up to the 5th one, just before the 21 kilometer. You have mentioned the fact that a lot of persons felt that it was a political effect at that time. But if you know the man, Oredipe, people ask, say, but Governor, you are doing so much that you are not talking. And I will tell you that let the project speak for itself. In fact, I am one of those who will insist that, Mr. Governor, sir, no, sir. While you are doing your work, we are also pushing the projects to the people. It is positive propaganda. Propaganda is not a negative word. It is saying something more often and all the time. That we are doing this road. I will say it every day until you believe and you get convinced that we are doing the road. That is propaganda. And the courage that he has to say, why will we be doing the road to Bayelsa West down to Ekelemo and Agi? We are doing for Central, and Nothing is happening in Bayelsa East. So this is not fair. I am governor for these 3 senatorial districts. That we will go ahead to do this. You know all this story about looking out for the tax infrastructure option that the likes of Dangote and other big companies got. We have multinationals in Bayelsa. Can we commit Ajip that it has its external terminal in Brass to come and do this road, and the tax, we waive it and let them do the road for us? We took that step, met the former president, General Buhari, and of course, the minister, of course, our son was Minister of Petroleum at that time. So we look at all of these options, roads, back and forth. It didn't work. The oil company said, no, they won't be able to do it. And the governor said, if I will take a loan to commence this work, we will. Then the Nembese group, they came visiting, and they encouraged the governor, if he's to take a loan, we'll support you as Nembe people, that this money is being committed to this project. So for the first time at the flag off of the project, even the kings, the majesties from both the Brass and Nembe local government area, they confess that this is the first time in a long while that all the majesties we gather together. They are celebrating history, landmark, that this is possible in our lifetime. We will drive to Brass one day, and this governor is the one coming to do it. And Mr. Governor, thank you. And we started. We took the first about 6 kilometers, asphalted already. Then we'll get to the first major bridge, which is at the Kiberi River. And the work is ongoing. In fact, I'm sure they will finish the cast. In fact, so much is going on. We have something up to the 21 kilometer, the other end, and the bridges are ongoing. So it's commitment, courage, fun. People ask questions. We are taming the terrain. It's difficult to construct road.
Yeah.
If you don't have that courage, but because his governor background gives him out that is somebody who is in the heart of the struggle as well. He's an activist. So when you see him talking about Niger Delta with passion, you know that this man is an activist. As National Organizing Secretary of INC, the pioneering stage, he said, I travel to all the nooks and crannies of Ijona, up to Arobo, and I came face to face with poverty, underdevelopment. Now that I have an opportunity as a governor, what can I do differently? And that's why I do all of these projects. He's spending so much on projects than what he's spending, what people would think, okay, as a governor, I should be doing this, should be doing that, should be doing. But these projects are very capital intensive.
Yeah.
And he has said he's committed to it and continue to make progress. He went to Mr. President and said, Mr. President, can you help us? We have started to do this. It is not easy to get that second phase sign off. It takes steps, and the governor did that and appeals to Mr. President. See, all the oil, Nigeria is producing so much. Why can't we get some fraction? Put it back. I've mentioned Ajip Oil Terminal in Brass, Brass Fertilizer in Brass, Petrochemical in Brass, and that's the gateway to the Atlantic Ocean.
And that's the blue economy.
Blue economy. So what are we talking about? So he has done that, and he said he is committed to completing it. So the first phase, the Bayelsa State government is doing it. The second phase, federal government is doing it. And they have started clearing from the Tron Brass end. And that's the way project will meet
each other.
But the first phase, 21 kilometers, we are committed to it. And I can assure you, before he leaves office, that will be done. The last time we traveled to Brass for a thank you talk, we left from Kiberi River. That's like 6 kilometers from Nembe Brass, Obia Nembe stretch. Ordinarily from Nembe to Brass, is about 45-50 minutes. I think we did that trip on water from Kiberi about 20
Wow, that's it.
You have reduced travel time. So henceforth, if we're able to get to the 21 kilometer, just imagine how long it will take you to get to pass. So we're waiting for those beaches so that we can go there for tourism, just like we have in Lagos. The longest coastline by the Atlantic Ocean is in Bayelsa, from Agi down to Kolawole, and then further.
I think now the governor Atemio, I've been to the New Yeneguab, highly commendable. I saw what I saw. I commend the Bayelsa government. The governor has done well. I think some person that asked him, the governor is into too many things at the same time. You just spoke about the Nile Brass Road, and you say completion must be done before February 2028. All these cumulative finances involved is not easy to come by. Nice story building. Why not complete one commission and let's focus on the other? For example, the Saboma Keremoro does only commissions. The Central, I was at the bridge, but that one is, when we done. I know what I'm saying is that is it about when it start? Then my also my successor will continue, or let me finish this one and let us get it up. Which one I'm looking at? Which one I'm commissioning?
I tell you something. You have mentioned Saboma Keremoro Road. We had invited Mr. President to go and commission Saboma Keremoro Road. They will now flag off the one going to Age. We waited. I think Mr. President was busy and he couldn't come. We waited for months. But the governor said, why we keep waiting? The other phase, let's start to work. Work has commenced on Ekeremo to Age. The first phase will take us to Torondoro. Then from Ndoro, we will have a spot to Pretorubene. With that alone, we are moving forward to Age. It will be commissioned. Then, if it's taking too much projects and vis-a-vis the finances that are available, I've mentioned to you that this man is courageous. He's a planner. He doesn't just start a project without looking at what it will take us to complete it. And like he's telling contractors now, I do not want to pay variation. Tell me what it will cost you to complete this project within 2 years. I will pay you. If you need to go and buy materials and keep, that is. So he's taking care of that. That is prudence, accountability. You have mentioned the Angiama Bridge, 630 meters. In fact, you can drive to Oporoma today. You can drive to Otua today. The one to anywhere and Funny Bridge is also going on. Once we cross the bridge completely, then you know that we have connected headquarters of Southern Niger by road. The only one left is Brat, where work is ongoing. If he's taking too much project at the same time, he has realized that he has taken enough projects and he doesn't want to start a new one now that he may not be able to complete. So we are prioritized. We are looking at which one is the immediate thing we can do, and we are completing the Opolo-Elebele road now. The final asphalt lane is going on. That street has not been commissioned. So maybe by February, we can have that. We have more roads now in the new university. Today, about 6 dualized roads. And that road is connecting
To the gateway.
to the gateway through. There's another branch that will get to the LNG at Bahrain Junction.
Yeah.
Then Ingbi Road here, coming out by the bridge. You have mentioned iconic nice story. I was there this morning to look at the level. They finished the foundation. They are raising the pillars so that they have the first cast for the ground level. This man is systematic. Let me put it that way. He's strategic in planning. With the finance team, they will tell you, Mr. Governor, this one will pay this, I'll pay this every month. Have you heard any complaint from any contractor that are not paying them? And that's the way it's going.
But why start a nice story secretary civil servant building, where we have the transparency building lying wastes.
It's not lying waste. It's not lying waste. It is occupied, fully occupied. Are you aware?
Of no function.
Not functional.
No,
Okay, you're saying the lift.
no, even the facility, we need to uplift it inside. You need to work. Now we have foundation behind. This should be developed. That's one. Two, some have said, he's not even talking about the Kolawole Hotel. Why? For 8 years, he doesn't want to. Is that structure not viable for Bayelsa?
Hotel, you mentioned. Hotel. Master, hotel. Okay. This argument is there. Why is this 5-star hotel still at this level? And you come back and say, why should government be running a town? The idea behind it is fantastic. At that time, maybe that project should have been completed. Are you waiting for the AD to complete it? Should have been completed. Not before now. Are you together? Now, look at it. Look at our priority. No, you should look at the priority of it. It's not the priority. No, hold on. Today in Lagos or Ogun State, they will not be talking about taking road to some villages or... You must choose your priority. If it doesn't have been done, maybe today, they will be looking for maximum or maybe Dangote or $10 to come and bring money here. Say, okay, I'll give you half of this money for this project. Let's partner so that I'll put this company here. We'll be talking about that. But now, the gas turbine has just arrived. We'll have betted in our sea here in Bayelsa if any of the ports are functional. But there's no access to the sea. There's no way it will have happened. That's why we have to go to Oredipe. Then begin to move them in trucks. So here they go. When I say priority, I'm not saying that the hotel is not a priority. But at this time, we are looking for partners. Okay. Who can say, okay, come. This is where it is. It will require additional fund of maybe 10 billion naira. Okay. Can we share into two? We are bringing up 5 billion. We're waiting for those investors to come. Until that, I do not think that this government is ready to go and be building hotel, completing it to do. Maybe the next government side.
Private hotels when they have visitors in the state, when they have events.
Hotel is supposed to be a private sector driven. It's not for government.
Okay, only discussing with the Director General of Bayelsa New Media, Dr. Kolawole, yes, explained the new media as relates to how it explains and also carry out the message of the policies of the government, and they're really interesting. As we need to wrap up the conversation, DG, the governor says before the end of the year, the turbine Bayelsa will be 24 hours lights. The turbine arrived just 2 days ago, and kudos first, because I remember when we had turbine back then in these states, with Bayelsa was envy of everybody. If you come in, you don't want to go back again. Now the turbine has arrived. Many questions. Already handed over to PHDC. Bayelsa electricity company be handling it. Are we still going to do the estimated billing? So many questions people are asking, because already the elephant at the bush had. How do we cook the elephant?
Yeah, because people must say something. When you get to, if you say you are going to Kano, by the time you get to Abuja, they ask you a question. Are you still in Abuja? When you get to Kaduna, they ask you, I thought you have reached Kano. Many never believe that this government is actually deliberate about this project. Say, they can talk. The last time we had blackout in Yenagoa for months, I know what we passed through as a government in terms of the negative report, abuses, and what have you. Forgetting the fact that we have no control over what Transmission Company of Nigeria does, PHDC does, or the generating companies. We have no control. But today, We have decentralized power generation, distribution, and that's why we took the opportunity that we have gas in abundance. It's just to procure this, mount it, fire with gas. If the NCDMB could do it, why can't a state government? I don't know how many other state government that is doing this today. But I can tell you we are the clear leader in ensuring that we have sustainable 24-hour power supply uninterrupted first in our state capital and its environs before it extends to the hinterland. But let's first of all face the capital city. And I'm sure Bayelsa they are excited to get the report that the turbines have arrived. Now they are happy. The next question will come when they will start to put them together. But I can assure you that if you go there now, you see that work is ongoing. Because the government has charged the team in charge, the MD of the electricity company and the commissioner for power, that this assignment is on your table. If you fail, you damn the consequence. At least the governor said, if this legacy is what I'm going to leave behind, I will do it. So he chaired that steering committee to get this power done. He's the one in charge. He directs and says, okay, go ahead. He knows every detail. Before the thing was shipped down, he went to inspect it in Turkey. Say, oh, they are ready. It should take like 13, maybe like 7 weeks or whatever. I say, okay, let's move. And everything is there. So at that distribution, you could see that we're also extending power distribution network around Yenagoa. The existing ones are there. Of course, we are talking with PHEDC. Now that distribution network has also been liberalized, we also have a state arm that will be in charge of distribution. So we will have to now be talking with the PHEDC how we can work together. But all those other details have been in form of agreement, contract, and to see that we have seamless power distribution to homes. But it's not going to be free. So you have mentioned estimated billing. You know, these power components also come with a metering production company that will be coming. So be rest assured that meters, smart meters, will be placed in homes, offices, companies for you to tap from this source. So by essence, you know that even in Freetown, not all the same is free.
Well, we'll be joining the cutting. I think they'll be interested so much to discuss DG, but maybe we'll move for another episode again to come and continue the conversation, because we still want to talk about the stadium, because Bayelsa want to bid for 2028 National Sports.
Well, we're already bidding.
They're already bidding. We'll take a stadium. Don't worry.
Oh, there's a stadium. See, the sports festival is just beyond having a stadium. You have other facilities. Bayelsa is happy to have facilities that can be used for indoors games. When the team came, look at you. Just imagine that.
You have Gates Village. Where do you house them?
No, Gates Village. You know. Even when we went to the last festival in Abeokuta, do you know where our people are
use the back office desk?
Babcock and the Redeemers University in Ogun State. Do you know how the distance?
That's quite far.
Okay, so we give kudos to Bayelsa.
Okay, thank you so much. I think this conversation is quite interesting, but we'll wait for another day to get another version to conclude this one. I think we've not exhausted a lot, but because of time, I want to appreciate DG Media Dr. Oredipe joining us for that interesting card.
Thank you. You see that I'm not holding any paper.
No.
So that means the governor is doing so much and we are seeing it. So much I can say. It's continue to support this government. Governor Duidiri means so well for the people of the state. He is part of the development story and he knows what is good for the people. And that's why he's living the dreams of the founding fathers. Of course, he was also part of that team that battered Bayelsa State as the one coordinating the youth wing for Bayelsa creation. So he knows the challenges and he's tackling them head on.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kolawole. Director General Bayelsa New Media. Happy 29th anniversary for Bayelsa State.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Bayelsa.
I'm Jacobson Park. Until you come your way again on this The Way Forward series on JPAC TV. Have a lovely night.
Thank you.